In this episode of Bear TV News, we talk to the provost about UPIKE's COVID response, stop by a campus blood drive, learn about the ACE program, see what went down at Springfest, hear about the upgrades coming to the esports lounge, and spend an evening at the Bear Awards. Hello, UPIKE viewers, and welcome to the April 27, 2021 edition of Bear TV News. I'm Aaron Sloan.
And I'm Faith Rowe. We are here to cover all the recent events around the UPIKE area.
While we currently have no COVID-19 cases on campus and the vaccine is widely available, the journey to get here wasn't easy, and many wonder what classes will be like in the fall. I got the opportunity to speak with one of our campus leaders about UPIKE's COVID response and what might be in store for next semester. The University of Pikeville is wrapping up its first full academic year in the midst of COVID-19. Before students could return to campus, UPIKE leaders worked tirelessly during the summer of 2020 to make major decisions regarding safety protocols for the upcoming fall and spring semesters. At Bear TV News, we had the chance to speak to UPIKE's provost, Lori Worth, about what went into the decision-making process upon the students' return to campus.
We definitely increased the number of personnel and cleaning services for on-campus community. Everything from particular disinfectants that were recommended by the Centers for Disease Control. In our dining facility, we had changed to takeout containers and especially collaborating with Airmark and our dining services to ensure that we had proper safety protocol when students were eating on campus. In all of our classroom spaces, we counted the number of seats that would be available, especially with the new 6 feet distancing the Centers for Disease Control required. We had brand new classroom capacities, which meant we needed to add sections in classes, we needed to split laboratories, and we also had to change the facilities for where our medical students learn, and then being able to ensure that we had safety protocol. Everything from signage, communication with students and families. When our students came on campus, faculty, we knew masks were required. There was signage on the proper distancing.
Despite the stringent COVID-19 protocols, UPIKE was faced with a campus-wide shutdown for 2 weeks during the fall semester.
We did take a 14-day quarantine period at the undergraduate level. Really, that resulted from us running out of space to quarantine or isolate students. And so as a leadership team, we felt that it was important for us to take a 14-day pause, have students going back home, making sure that those students who were in quarantine and isolation would spend their time there, and everybody being able to come back, retest for COVID, and honestly starting from a clean slate.
With the availability of a vaccine and declining cases in the community, UPIKE is preparing plans for the next academic year as we hope to return an even greater number of students to traditional in-person learning.
We can't let go of the importance of communication, communicating with students, making sure that our students understand this next year we'll still have masks that are required in every single classroom. Any labs that students take, we're still requiring the mask. Whether the distance is going to be 6 feet or 3 feet, we are going to adhere to Centers for Disease Control guidelines. At this point in time, they're still recommending 6 feet. We anticipate by the beginning of fall semester, it will more than likely move 2 to 3 feet, which will allow us to increase that classroom capacity.
With the semester coming to a close, UPIKE faculty are already looking forward to students returning in the fall. Until next time for Bear TV News, I'm Aaron Sloan.
While COVID cases may be non-existent on campus, it is still an issue in our community, and the fallout of the pandemic is impacting our society in many ways. One impact that you may not be aware of is that we are facing a critically low supply of blood. Thankfully, the UPIKE community recently had an opportunity to make a difference.
On Thursday, the 15th of April, in the Health Professions Education Building, students went up to the 6th floor for more than just Chick-fil-A, as the Kentucky Blood Center, or KBC, held a blood drive in the lobby.
Anyone, as long as you're at least 16 years of age, can come and donate. If you're 16, you have to have a parental consent. 17 and older, as long as you are in good general health, you are welcome to come as long as you have a photo ID. Once we are finished at our blood drive today, a courier will come and pick that up, and it goes back to a laboratory. Every blood unit is tested every single time. Once it's cleared through the laboratory, it is then dispersed to over 60 counties in the state of Kentucky.
The healthy blood is then transported to hospitals in each county, where patients will receive life-saving transfusions.
So as of right now, I think that this blood drive could save at least 80 lives. Each unit of blood can potentially save 3 people. So with this blood drive, I'm looking for upwards of 80 lives to be saved.
UPIKE participates in this drive so that we can do our part and help the community.
While we are all certainly tired of needles, constant need for healthy blood is something that is not phased out with COVID. And it is the donors of today who can gift people in hospitals with a tomorrow. For Bear TV News, I'm Josiah Carnes.
It's been a tough year for all of us, but many were able to find support through academic assistance services at UPIKE. One program in particular that is making a positive impact on campus is the ACE program. Recently, I got the chance to spend some time with their leaders and the students they help. With everything hectic going on this past year, it's nice to have some R&R and hang out with familiar faces on campus. The ACE program is one of the many hidden gems on the UPIKE campus, and I got to speak with some of our ACE supporters on what ACE represents.
ACE program is actually Student Support Services. We're federally funded by the U.S. Department of Education, and ACE stands for Academic Cultural Enrichment. And our whole goal is to help students get to graduation, no matter what that may look like. We provide services, we provide personal counseling, academic counseling. We have calculators for the math classes, so you don't have to go spend $100 on a calculator. We have services where you copy and print in our computer lab for free. And we're just a place that if we don't have the resources that you need, we will find them because we have such a good relationship with everyone on campus.
There have been new changes brought to ACE academically, and Mary Ann Cisco explains it to us.
It's been a really crazy month, especially transitioning with our job duties. April is always crazy with students finishing up things, making sure we did implement this year. Just in April, we started doing program evaluations. But we've had them come, and Trish from the registrar's office has come, and we have them go in and look at where they're at, if they're on track for their program.
So we're just kind of here as an extra support for students with whatever they may need.
ACE is located down in the basement of Armington. Come check it out whenever you guys have the time. I'm Faith Rowe with Bear TV News.
Faith, thanks a lot for that story. That's, some really great, excellent work. Have you ever considered maybe going into broadcasting or journalism, possibly for a career?
Well, that's actually what I'm going to be doing. That's why our reporter Taylor Hatfield sat down with me to talk about my future career plans and the impact my education has had at me at UPIKE.
UPIKE has seen many students take on the work of a double major during their time here. We were able to sit down with student Faith Rowe to get her thoughts and comments on what it's like being a student athlete, a film and media arts major, and a communications major at the same time.
So being a student athlete, I have a lot on my plate, especially with being a double major with FMA and communications. You have twice the course overload and whatnot, and it's nice though at times because the classes cross over, and that's one thing that I really appreciate and love about being the double major in FMA and communications, because everything just goes well together. And something that I learn in a comm class I can bring into my FMA class, or something I learn in my FMA class I can bring into my communications class. So it's just really nice. But on top of being the student part, comes the athlete part, which it's a struggle sometimes, but gotta grind it out.
Using the skills these programs have instilled in her, Faith is looking to the future with a positive attitude.
For the future, I really want to go into broadcasting. I would love to do anything to do with broadcasting, behind the scenes or on camera. I would love to anchor. I would also love to be a producer or a director, working on the switcher or reading the teleprompter. Any of it sounds great. Just being a multimedia journalist, that's my dream job. Anything I'm offered, I would really like taking. I want a camera in my hand.
When asked about any advice she had for future bears in her shoes, Faith had this to say.
To any freshman who is a double major and even a student athlete and whatnot, just definitely work on your time management skills. You have to learn how to balance a whole lot on an itty bitty little plate. So whenever you get a good schedule going, just keep that as your main priority. Make sure you get all of your schoolwork done. But just remember that you're a student first before you're an athlete. You know, there's things that you need to realize. You have to prioritize certain things, which is your homework and your schooling and whatnot. And then it comes time to the practice and grinding it out on, you know, the court, the lane, the field, whatever it may be.
I'm Taylor Hatfield, Bear TV News.
Normally during this time of the year, the city of Pikeville hosts its annual Hillbilly Day celebration. With the event on pause due to the pandemic, UPIKE decided to host its own special event just for students.
With Springfest just starting, there will be plenty of activities throughout the week here at UPIKE. One of the first events was bowling night.
Yeah, Springfest is real cool. You know, I'm enjoying bowling right now with my guys. You know, Springfest will be a good experience for us. I enjoy it.
There was a lot of competitive bowling as well.
It's really going good for real. Like I'm up on JB, I'm up on Swedes, I'm up on everybody for real. Like we're gonna show y'all the score at the end of the game. I'm gonna show y'all just how light that I am in this bowling for real.
In conclusion, the bowling night was a success. Students had fun, enjoyed their time, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys at the next upcoming event.
This is Keon Stone, your host of UPIKE TV, and we're out.
The Springfest festivities continued over the weekend, and reporter Alex Shelton was there to cover the explosive action.
UPIKE Springfest added something new this year that caught a lot of attention. Adam Linos explains why.
We came up with the paintball for Springfest. It was just something different. We've done laser tag and we've done different things. So this year we were like, let's try something else out. A lot of students wanted paintball. We couldn't really find a location for a big paintball, but this company came in with a dome one, and it seems like it's a big hit. So I know we'll probably start including it in some of our bigger events.
A lot of people came to show up and let out some shots. UPIKE student Jaquez Russ explains how fun it is inside of the dome.
It's fun, man. You know, I got 3 bodies already. You know, it's fun in there though. The paintball, it's real nice to have something like this out here. You know, it's fun.
Everyone seemed to enjoy the dome. Maybe next year more people will be able to experience the fun. I got the chance to interview more people and have them explain their experience inside the dome.
I got shot in the shoulder, shot in the head, my gun jammed up, can't shoot it. I was the first one to get out.
Definitely exhilarating. It stings a little bit, so if you don't have a tough chest or a tough back, it stings. So, but it's a good time. Everybody's having a good time.
It started off well until somebody named Shelton Alexander started cheating and ran past onto my side and got to shooting me in the back.
Alexander.
That hurt really bad.
My name is Alexander Shelton with Bear TV News.
As fun as Springfest was, I know we all hope that next year we will see the return of Hillbilly Days in the city of Pikeville. Well, now it's time for the UPIKE Sports Update.
Hey everybody, this is Keon Stone. I'm here to talk about the UPIKE Sports and give you the latest news. For our top sports story of the show, we are talking about the UPIKE Bear Awards to see who got recognized at the most prestigious campus event.
On Monday, April 19th, the University of Pikeville hosted its annual Bear Awards ceremony for its student athletes.
This is a great opportunity for us to honor our student athletes, and especially in the COVID time, this was an opportunity for us to get face-to-face and honor this. We were really excited about that opportunity. A great turnout tonight, but certainly we gave out 52 different recognitions, some of those academic, some of those athletic, some of those service. So it was just a great uplifting event for our department.
The awards given out range from Most Outstanding Player to the Pikey Spirit Award to the Team of the Year Awards for men's and women's sports, and so on. The Women's Team of the Year Award went to the bowling team through unanimous decision. I was able to speak with women's bowling team member Carrington Russell about some challenges the team overcame in the past year.
We've really got through a lot of obstacles, from dealing with corona to just team chemistry and bonding. We lost a lot of seniors last year. That really made up a large part of the team. So it's kind of been just learning each other and kind of building that team chemistry, which we've definitely done throughout the year.
I'm Taylor Hatfield, Bear TV News.
Thanks, Taylor, for that report. Up next, Aaron Sloan takes us to the football field to check in with Coach Hallen and to wrap up their season.
UPIKE spring football season is officially in the books, and while fighting through COVID issues and injuries throughout the season, the Bears are able to finish with a 3-4 record, including picking up a win on the road at nationally ranked Bethel University.
Guys have really stuck together and continued to work hard, and different guys are stepping up each week, and I don't think we've had the same starting lineup on offense or defense. Hats off to our players, our coaches. Everybody's been bought in and working really hard, and when you work hard, good things will happen.
During the Bears matchup at Bethel, the injury bug reared its head once again when starting quarterback Trayvon Wofford went down with a hip injury. Redshirt sophomore Jalil Elamine stepped in for Wofford at the end of the third quarter when the Bears led only 14-10. Thanks to Jalil's late game heroics, the Bears completed the upset, defeating the Wildcats 35-19.
First thing that was going through my mind is, T's health. I know, me and him over these past couple years, we got really close, and so that was the first thing going through my mind. And then the other thing was just close out the game, finish. Coach Holland has been harping these past couple weeks about finishing, and I believe my job was just to go in there, finish the game, and come out with a win.
It'll be a quick offseason for the Bears as they will start their next season on the gridiron at the end of August. Until next time for Bear TV News, I'm Aaron Sloan.
For the last story of today's episode, we will be spending some time with the esports team to learn more about the major changes coming their way.
The UPIKE esports team is currently in the process of being approved for the funds to renovate their arena near the student lounge in order to get more campus support for the program. The esports team plans to replace the wall between the arena and the lounge with a glass wall, allowing spectators to watch the team in action. They also plan to place a TV in the student lounge that will allow them to watch the team's live streams and VODs 24/7. We went to the lounge to determine just how much interest there is in viewing the esports team's games.
I actually don't know. I'd be down to watch it. It doesn't seem to be a lot of exposure. In between labs and stuff, I'm normally here hanging out, just waiting for class. So, yeah, I'm definitely in here enough to justify, watching some games and stuff.
Coach Alverson, who just recently arrived in September of the fall 2020 semester, had more to say about the subject.
Yeah, so one of the ideas that one of our players had was to have a big TV on the outside of the arena, on the outside of the glass wall, if this does happen. That would have our either live games or replays of games going 24/7. So players or students out on the outside can look in to see not just people sitting at computers playing, but our footage. Because I do think that on campus it is hard for people who aren't included in esports to really, know that it's here or get involved with it. So I think having little stuff like that around campus would really have students be able to back the esports program more and get more involved as a community for esports here.
Assuming the process goes smoothly, you can expect to see these changes implemented during the summer after classes have concluded. My name is Dylan Osborne, Bear TV News.
That's all for this episode's sports update. I'm Kenyon Stone. Go Bears.
Thanks a lot, Kenyon. Well, that's all for today's show and a wrap on this semester. We will be back next academic year for more updates on the UPIKE community. I'm Faith Rowe.
And I'm Aaron Sloan. This has been the April 27th, 2021 edition of Bear TV News. Until next time, stay classy, Bears.